I haven't written in a while, so I thought I would write. Chester is not happy. He's getting terribly seasick. He's either moaning in prayer or just moaning. The waters are getting rough around here. I overheard one of the pirates mention they spotted land. But what land? We were apparently following the coast. America? Could Chester and I jump off the ship? I have some ideas, if the timing is right. But, I hate water. I still haven't seen the captain, but I've been preparing his mouse pie every night, which meant Crud would let me out to roam the ship to catch a mouse. But instead, the mice came to me. We had a deal. The mice have been happy to help in providing bugs, but not as happy in providing a tail. We needed a mouse tail to sell that it was a mouse pie that I was cooking, not bugs. One little squeaker of a mouse even bit me. Ugh. But I got his tail, so we'll call it even. My promise was to keep Daddy's mouse family alive and he would take me to Blackfur's treasure chest. I kept my side of the promise. Tonight, he'll keep his. Crud has been bringing me different maps to read every night. I'm the only rat who can read. But he would get angry at whatever I read, so it wasn't very fun. Oh, here he comes again. Come, Mr. Cole. It's time to prepare the captain's supper. But if you have a moment, perhaps you can look at something for me in my quarters. Of course, Mr. Crud. I'm delighted to be of service. The maps were drawings, but also full of words written all over them. The words often didn't make sense, and it was a bit boring to read. Tonight, I read a map called The Path to the Cave of Living Bones. It spoke of a fountain of 9 lives and shining eyes. It didn't make any sense, but Crud's mood had changed to one I haven't seen before. Happy. He had me reread everything 3 or 4 times. Crud took out a large bottle from his chest and took a long drink. Yes, yes. You have been a very good reader, Mr. Cole. I've thoroughly enjoyed our time together very much. Now, why don't you take the night off? Mr. Longfellow will cook the captain's supper tonight. But what about the captain's mouse pie? Your services are no longer needed, Mr. Cole. I didn't like the way he said that. Besides, Longfellow actually caught one while he was looking for his pet. It's missing a tail, but it'll do. Longfellow must have caught Daddy Mouse. He's such a slow mouse. I caught him easily once, but the captain likes his tail. Yes, but you can't have everything you want, can you? Can you? Even if you're the captain. You did very well, Mr. Cole. Here, take a drink for all your hard work. He handed me the heavy bottle. It was full of something very strong and nasty. Mr. Crud bent over, putting his nose to the map and smiling, and even sniffing at it. Maybe this was my time. I grabbed the bottle tightly, swung hard. The ship was rocking, and it carried my blow even harder than I expected. The bottle shattered on the back of Crud's head. The rat dropped to the floor. I picked up his keys and dagger and grabbed the map. I was going to get out of the ship with my brother and with Captain Blackfur's treasure. It had to happen now, when we were close to land. The timing was right. First, I had to get Daddy Mouse. If Longfellow cooked him, I wouldn't find the treasure. Fortunately, Longfellow wasn't even in the kitchen. It was empty except for a sack in the middle of the floor. A moving, squeaking sack. I opened it up to find Squeaker. The little one that bit me before, he bit me again. Ugh! Let go! I'm here to save you. You came to save me? Why? Hurry. I have to save my brother. Why did I risk my life for this guy? I told him to stay quiet and follow me, which he surprisingly did. Using Crud's key, I was able to free Chester, but he was barely able to walk. I had to carry him down to the storage hole where the mice lived, which was harder with the ship moving and throwing us around. A storm's coming, said Squeaker. A bad one? Thank you, genius, I snapped. That might have been helpful in keeping the pirates busy while we made off with a rowboat, but I wasn't even a pirate, and I knew a rowboat in a storm like this was a bad idea. Even with land close by, the timing had to be perfect. We found Daddy Mouse in the storage hole. He was grateful we saved his squeaker, but I couldn't care less. I needed to get to the treasure before the storm came. Daddy Mouse dragged us through the ship, through mouse holes and hidden passages in darkness. I had to literally drag Chester. The storm was getting bad. Maybe we should hide and wait. The mice had been able to hide from the rats for a long time. Daddy Mouse led me through the captain's room, through a mouse hole and into a cupboard. He pointed to a chest across the room, under the bed. I put Chester down while I went over to check it out. As I scurried across the room, I felt a tingle on my tail. Something wasn't right. A shadow came over me, and I was slammed to the ground. Sharp claws were digging into my back. I looked up at a smiling black cat. Is this supper? I was getting a bit tired of Longfellow's pie. Didn't quite taste right. Longfellow's pies? The mouse pie? But those are my pies. I made them. Oh, well, I am tired of them. But it's been a while since I've eaten a live rat. Wait, you ate the pies? But those were for Captain Jack Blackfur? It's actually Jacqueline. She licked her other paws. What? The legendary Captain Blackfur is a woman? A cat? Oh, you poor rat. You know so little. Let me put you out of your misery. This won't hurt too much. Blackfur opened her mouth, revealing her teeth. It was terrifying. I knew this was the end. I felt stupid that I couldn't think of anything other than admire how nice her teeth were. So white and sharp. The teeth disappeared. Where did you get this? Blackfur grabbed the map from my hands. I forgot I still had Crud's map. Then I remembered I also had his dagger. I tried to reach down to my belt, but my arms were pinned down by Blackfur's paw. Crud gave it to me. He wanted me to read it for him. A rat that can read? The best reader there is, said another voice. I don't know who was more surprised, me or Blackfur. Chester was on top of Blackfur's head with his teeth digging into her ears. Meow! Blackfur took her paws off me to swipe at the rat on her head, but Chester held on tight. When Chester puts his teeth to something, he doesn't let go. I grabbed my dagger and tried to stab Blackfur, but she moved so fast. She twisted and rolled, throwing Chester off of her. Chester wasn't moving. Blackfur smiled and crouched, ready to pounce, her tail swinging like a serpent. She was bigger, faster, and stronger. I didn't stand a chance. She jumped. I threw the dagger. It was all I could do. The dagger went into her left eye and the whole ship shook and splintered at the same time. I was thrown backwards, which probably saved me from Blackfur's claw. The whole ship seemed to roll and I was falling down. Or was it up? I splashed into the coldest, darkest water. Did I tell you how much rats hate water? The worst was to come. So that's a good place to stop. So that's it for part 1 of Tales and Treasures. We had a good 5 episodes and hope you enjoyed it. I'm just going to take a break right now because I have a few more other videos I want to get out and that I'm really excited about. Especially a few nonfiction videos about teaching kids to be creators and storytelling, and I'm really excited about that too. So stick around for that. Subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of part 1 and I'll read it, and hopefully it won't be long until I get started on part 2. Okay? All right. Thank you for watching. I think it's just really amazing that people are watching my videos. Thank you.